Then the next year, 17.5 million, then 22 million, and then 40 million, just the two of us. And at the same time, we were growing a team. And that last year before we opened our brokerage, when we sold 40 million, they sold 89 million apart from us. So we had great success as real estate agents and creating a team. So we thought the next logical step is to open a brokerage. So we opened up a brokerage at the end of 2005. We recruited 80 people the first year into nothing, into passion and vision, and then we grew every single year until, for 15 years, until January of this year, we had about 900 agents. And last year we closed very close to 6,000 transactions and 2 billion in production. We had to lay down our pride and ego, and we had to go, eXp has something so extraordinary for agents and so extraordinary for us that it would be wrong of us to continue down the path of revelation just because it was the second largest in the world independent brokerage. That wasn't reason enough to keep down a path when we were shown a better way. And so that was the largest business decision we've ever made in our lives. And then we started moving in February, and I thought I knew how great it was going to be, but it's far more. It's far better than even my expectations. Things as a broker owner, when my husband and I looked at the eXp opportunity, what we realized is no matter how great we were in our brokerage setting, we were only as good as our staff and the leadership. And I don't care who you are and how big you are, it's limited. When you have an independent brokerage, or even if you have a franchise or you have several offices, you're limited by your leadership and your staff. You can't really grow any farther than that, even though we went outside of real estate and outside of our organization like Dave Ramsey to grow and learn and improve. And when we realized that by placing us and our agents within the eXp model, that what the level of collaboration and the expansive opportunity to constantly learn and grow from people who are smarter than ourselves, we said, this only makes sense. And I think it's not just because of all of the people within eXp that are extraordinary, but it's because the model lends itself to such deep collaboration and such open-handed sharing and that's the model's fault, right? Which is extraordinary. How could we not put ourselves in that environment to go farther than we can even imagine ourselves? And so once that became apparent that we weren't going to grow exponentially by ourselves in our own revelation bubble, it only made sense. And I'm so glad we did, because it's going to pay off far better than we could ever grow as an independent brokerage. Far better financially, and opportunity, in collaboration, in growth, in every single way. We did not take a step back in anything that is significant. As a broker owner, when you have your own company, there are far more things to track and be in charge of than just the growth of agents or the growth of your agency or your organization. There are all the legal issues. There's the administrative responsibilities of managing transactions and risk management. And there's the staff. The bigger you grow, the more staff you need. There's keeping track of billing and all of these process and procedural things that just have to come along with building a business. Not that all goes away, but for me and for my husband, moving from owning and directing the brokerage to being a part of eXp and building an organization totally freed me. When I say I had no idea how much I needed to be free, now I spend almost all my time. It's not that I don't have staff. I have some staff. And it's not that I don't have process and procedure to track. I do. But what I don't have anymore, what it left room for, is what lights me up and what impassions me, and that is building. So I spend almost all of my time building and developing the organization and the agents in them. And I did not know how little I was doing that before. And that's how God, that's my passion, my drive, my talent is right there. And I feel like I'm totally free to do that in a much bigger way. if you're a broker owner and you have all of those responsibilities, you also get just a little bit dissatisfied. Because if you're not working in your place of highest and best, how the way God wired you, you don't even know what's happening, but it's chipping away. It's chipping away. And eXp allowed us to get back in our sweet spot to where we can have the best impact on other people, where we can truly help more people in a better, higher and better way. And that was so freeing. I didn't even know that was coming. It's definitely, you know what it is? eXp people say this all the time. It's real estate's fun again. 100% true. I am more energized now than I've ever been in my entire career. And that's saying a lot because we're pretty passionate people. You know, and I'll tell you one thing that I did not know would happen. So, because we've always believed what Zig Ziglar says, you are who you surround yourself with. But my circle of influence of people who are smarter, bigger thinkers, more excited, more driven, more ideas have grown so exponentially that I'm a changed person. I've learned more in the last 9 months or 8 months than I have probably in the last 5 or 6 years put together. And it's because that concept of who you surround yourself with really and truly matters. I've watched some of my agents who were excellent to begin with come over to eXp and blow it up because they're so inspired and so motivated to go after that icon agent status, which is where you get that your whole cap back in stock. So now you've got a real estate agent that's being excellent, building wealth through stock, attracting people because it's exciting and passionate, and helping them grow. So you're blessing them and you're getting paid. I don't get it. Everyone should be working at eXp, right? Everyone should be doing that.
Hey, it's Gus Tagoulis from Birmingham, Alabama, and I run the Birmingham, Alabama's #1 team called the Gus Tagoulis Group, and formerly ran the top 4 brokerage, Brick Realty. I'm so excited about this brokerage. I have a over $300,000 stock portfolio in just over a year. I make over $1,000 in residual income on a monthly basis, and that is growing each and every month. And all the while of not having, as a former broker, all the risk and liabilities. Just imagine not selling a home this month and still being able to pay your bills, your car payments, all of that, just by doing what you do on a daily basis by being a real estate agent. It is a brokerage that you definitely have to take a look at.